and welcome if you're one of the lovely ladies that has joined me on this journey. And if you are new here, my name is Jax, and I have shared my journey through infertility, IVF, adoption, parenting, and now pregnancy with you all, trying to give you a little bit of an insight into what this journey looks like, as well as some information so that you feel better about the choices that you are making in your own journey. This week, I am sharing my list of second trimester must-haves. It is completely different than the first trimester list. So far different. And while some of these things are things that are tried and true on everyone's list, there are a few that I have not seen, and definitely the last one has shown up on no one else's list that I can find. So stick around for that. We're gonna go on an adventure around my house to go look at all these because I think it's more fun than like bringing them all up here. Plus it doesn't involve me dragging a giant pregnancy pillow up 2 flights of stairs. All right, there we go, ladies. Back and mobile. Now we're on our vlog camera, and the first must-have on my list is actually right in this room, so we'll just start there. It is pregnancy books. So I read a lot of pregnancy books and did a review of them so that you don't have to read as many as I did, but look, I got a lot of them. So definitely check out that review to see which one I recommend, but I suggest you find one that you kind of jive with and that you get a good information out of. It's the end of the second trimester, it's crunch time. It's time to start thinking about, your birth plan, what birth looks like, and get caught up if you don't know what's happening in the third trimester. All right, let's go downstairs for the next one. Okay, quick pit stop. Gotta whisper, the husband's still working, but quick pit stop before we go on to other ones. And another must-have is a good water bottle, a huge, massive water bottle. I love these, and I'll try to link one down below. They're the insulated ones, so if you put ice in them, they stay cold all day, but I need something huge. I'm drinking so much water, and you're supposed to drink so much water when you're pregnant, but I was finding myself with those little smaller cups just getting up to refill like 5-6 times a day, and it's so much easier to just know that I need to get through like 2 or 3 of these big ones. Okay, let me refill. So we're outside for this next must-have because it is in my car, and actually my husband's car, and it is a seatbelt holder. So let me just show you what I'm talking about. So this device right here is the seatbelt holder, and it wraps around and goes underneath your seat and then hooks back in up here. Don't mind how dirty it is. It's been snowy and salty, and thus there's no keeping your car clean. But the real part that's important is this under here, and this is where your seatbelt hooks in. Let me show you. So your seatbelt comes up over like normal, hooks under this hook, and then clips in over there. And what this does is it just keeps it off of your stomach. Like I said, I have one in my husband's car. I have one on the passenger side, obviously, and then I have one in my car, and it just helps so much to have that pressure off of your stomach. The product claims that it helps in like car accidents and stuff, not have the band hit your stomach. No idea if there's any science behind those claims. All I know is while I'm driving, it feels so much better to not have that band across my stomach. So the next few all live in the bedroom, and we'll start off with sleep, I think. Let's start off with sleep. Pregnancy pillows. I've been off and on with my pregnancy pillow. I think I finally learned that it was just too early for me to completely benefit from them, and I love my pregnancy pillow now. So I have this one with the 2 sides. So this is a full U. I know there's some that are just the C shape or the J shape, but I like not having to have to flip it back and forth. And I have to say, I find myself using this a lot more now that I'm further in my pregnancy, whereas before I was just doing, the pillow between your legs type of thing. Now that I have more of a belly and it needs to be supported, I'm loving this a lot more. While we're here, let's talk about lotion, moisturizing. Oh, that lighting is lovely. So here's the deal. There's almost no science that says shea butter or e-oil or any of that actually helps with stretch marks specifically, but there is decent science that just says moisturizing helps you not feel itchy and helps you not scratch, which can make stretch marks worse. So if you like the scent of shea butter or coconut, whatever they're selling, go for it. Just don't get duped into thinking that they have some special formula that's gonna help with stretch marks. It doesn't. I have been using this goat's milk lavender scented lotion right before bed. Calms me down. It's so smooth. Absolutely adore it. It's from a little local place, the Lavender Patch, here in Kansas. I'll leave their stuff linked down below, but this is just so soft and it's so moisturizing, and I love using it everywhere because all of my skin is so itchy, not just my stomach, my back and my shoulders are so itchy. So getting in a good moisturizing routine is kind of your best bet, but there's no magic bullet for getting rid of or preventing stretch marks, unfortunately. Okay. Sitting down for these next ones, I know last time we talked about good stretchy maternity bras and good leggings, and those were kind of first trimester, just bite the bullet, get them done. This trimester, I have added good maternity underwear as well as maternity tops, so I'm finally committing to the whole maternity wardrobe. Like, now is the time to bite the bullet. I will link my favorite kind of underwear down below. They're just off Amazon. Again, I'm not spending a lot of money on them because I'm not gonna be using them for that long. And then I have gotten a bunch of tops and dresses. I've tried to get them secondhand whenever I can, and I think all but one top I have, actually. My absolute favorite is actually from a company that's based out of the UK, Jojo and something, because I went to go buy more after I'd gotten this dress secondhand. I was like, oh, I'll just buy a bunch of these dresses that I love, and they're not shipping to the US right now because of COVID. I was like, oh, sad news bears. I have also stuff from the Gap and it's fine, but anyway, if you have any good recommendations for dresses or tops you really, really love, that aren't just motherhood, maternity, or Target or whatever, let me know, because I just need a few more pieces, I think, to get me through the summer, and I will be good. All right, next must-have has to do with reflux. If you've been watching my weekly updates, you know this was really bad for a few weeks until I asked my doctor what on earth I should do about it, and she had some recommendations. Let me rummage through my medicine cabinet here. But she said for immediate relief, Tums are just fine, and frankly, they've done the trick for me every time. And then for long-term control, go ahead and switch to Pepcid. Oh, gotta close that up. And I have to say, make sure you have Tums on hand just in case you need them when reflux strikes, because it is such a gross feeling and you need relief, and it's usually right before bed, so you don't want to have to go out and run and get something. So make sure your Tums are on hand and they're not expired. Okay, finally, oh my gosh, have I mentioned out of breath as a pregnancy symptom? Finally rummaging through the husband's nightstand. One thing that I haven't seen on anyone else's list that I found really, really important to getting a good night's sleep: some nose strips, some anti-snore strips. I don't know if it's a combination of allergies and pregnancy or what. I mean, I do know your blood vessels swell, you have more, so, all right. Okay, so rummaging through the husband's drawer for the last must-have on my list that I haven't seen anywhere else, and it is nose strips. It's no secret, I've had trouble sleeping, and part of that is because I'm so congested. This is partially because of allergies, this is partially because increased blood volume of pregnancy, and partially because hormones in pregnancy just loosen up things and make it harder to breathe. So there's not much you can do as far as like a decongestant, so nose strips are what I have been using to make it so I can actually breathe through my nose at night, and has really helped making it so I don't wake up quite as much. There's already a zillion things that make you wake up during the night when you're pregnant, so not being able to breathe doesn't need to be one of them, and I have gotten a lot of relief with those. And this is not my favorite brand, so I will leave my favorite brand down below. Amazon was just out of the brand I actually like when I went to go order last. All right, that was my last must-have for the second trimester. Hope this list was helpful. Maybe there was something you haven't thought of. If there's something you can't live without during your second trimester, go ahead and comment down below, and I will see you next week for another pregnancy update. Keep on fighting, ladies. Mwah.